I think we've all experienced the phenomenon that helping somebody else is a gift in and of itself. It's always better to give than receive, as it were. And there's actually scientific backing on this one, which is something that I didn't think I'd be able to present for you guys, but I'm really glad I can. Helping others to help ourselves. Old wisdom and new science affirm the benefits of altruism. Let's face it, we've lived in some pretty turbulent times. Sometimes by choice, sometimes by not, sometimes by force, in fact. The world is going through some serious cultural, economic, and political upheavals, not to mention a pandemic. Add an L wherever you see fit, is constantly reminded about. Yes, exactly. I appreciate this guy. That has introduced requirements for freedom as we once took for granted. Very much so. Understandably, people feel a little bit overwhelmed, but there's something that we can do that's good for both our mental and physical well-beings. Be of service to others. Exactly. Those people who deserve it, okay? You shouldn't just be so selfless that you just help every Tom, Dick, and Harry out there. Absolutely not, okay? Because there's a little reported story that's out there as well, and we're just going to stray off the story here for a minute because I think that this anecdote is very important for people to realize as well. But right towards the end of her life, Mother Teresa was very, very remorseful about the life that she lived, okay? She didn't take enough time for herself, and she thought that it was not all worth it at the end of the day, so you can't be 100% selfless. It's just not the smart way to live your life. It's about helping the people the best way you can, and the best way for themselves. Whether those selfless actions entail helping a neighbor, donating some clothing, or giving your time to a worthy cause or charity. Those are many health benefits for those who choose to invest themselves in altruistic objectives. Some of these benefits include experiencing less depression, having lower levels of stress, living longer, having increased confidence and self-esteem, having an increased sense of purpose and meaning, experiencing more overall happiness and well-being. Sounds like a pretty good trade-off, doesn't it? As American religious leaders and author Gordon B. Hinckley from the book Standing for Something, 10 Neglected Virtues That Will Heal Our Hearts and Homes, stated the antidote, I know for worry is work. The best cure for weariness is a challenge of helping someone who is even more tired. One of the great ironies of life is this: he or she who serves almost always benefits more than he or she who is served. Couldn't agree more. U.S. Army veteran and author John Holmes had a more succinct but less insightful, didn't mean to throw shade at you, John, thing to say about helping others. There's no exercise better for the heart than reaching down and lifting people up. But as wise as those words are, and as much as some of us already know them to be true, it will be some readers' benefit to hear the science behind it, and that's why we're here. Can be healthy for your heart. Hypertension, blood pressure, yes, is a widespread health problem that, according to the WHO, take it with a grain of salt, of course, affects 1.28 billion adults between 30 and 79 years of age globally. It is a serious condition that, if it isn't remedied, can lead to a plethora of health problems, including brain, heart, kidney disease, and a shorter life. Exactly. It's mostly, once again, this is not medical advice or anything like that, but high blood pressure, the hypertension is normally just a symptom of a much deeper inflammatory response within your body. So if you modulate that, then you'd start to take a look at hypertension as well. So just a little aside. The insidious condition is widely regarded in the medical community as a silent killer because most people who have it aren't aware that they do. Symptoms of hypertension include frequent nosebleeds, headaches, especially in the morning, buzzing in the ears, and heartbeat fibrillation and spasms. Individuals who think that they might have hypertension should seek professional medical assistance and have their blood pressure checked. It's something that very, very easy to do, but it does take a professional because you can strap on the old sphygmomanometer, old blood pressure cuff, but if it's not properly fit or if it's not properly applied, you could be getting some funky readings. I've had to administer a manual blood pressure check. It's not the easiest thing in the world to do, but you need to be trained in order to properly administer it. Let's just leave it at that. There's also something that you can do to prevent hypertension, from becoming an issue in the first place, and that is to provide social support for others, among many other things. In a study conducted by Carnegie Mellon University, first published in the American Psychological Association journal, Psychology and Aging, being of service to others was associated with a longer lifespan as well as a decrease in blood pressure levels. Research has shown that volunteering and being of assistance to others actually helps those who invest their time to feel more socially connected, and therefore less susceptible to depression and loneliness, factors that especially impact older folks in our society. As psychologist and author Seth J. Gillihan points out in Psychology Today, purposeful activities such as helping others can improve a person's mood, overall outlook, and self-esteem, which are all invaluable intangibles that are crucial to mental health. The benefits of such activities are particularly important for the elderly who may be facing physical and mental decline. Activities such as volunteering help keep them both mentally and physically busy. And as John Hopkins' study indicates, elderly folk who volunteer benefit from moving and thinking simultaneously, which is great for overall health. And you guys know, even just anecdotally, within moderation, of course, help a friend move, okay? Yeah, you might be paid back with a dinner on the evening or some beers out on the new patio after all the furniture gets unpacked. But what's a better reward? A greasy slice of pepperoni pizza? Or knowing that you made a difference in somebody's life? I'd much rather take the latter. And with that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.